Hi, this is Miss Logan. Today I'll be talking about electric force. So before we can talk about electric force, we need to review what is an atom. So atoms are the building blocks of all matter in our universe. So there's three parts to an atom. First, we have our electron. Our electron is in the outer shell, and it has a negative charge. My electrons can move from the outer shell to different levels and sometimes even out. Then we have our proton. This is our positive. We find this in the center or the nucleus of our atom. We also find neutrons, which are neutral charges, in the center of the atom. Each of our particles have a different charge. Our protons have a positive charge, our neutrons have a zero charge, so no charge, and our electrons have a negative charge. So if we look at this last column that has mass, this isn't something important to focus on. Our protons and neutrons are very similar in size. They have about the same mass. But our electrons' mass is very small. It's almost negligible how large it is. So because it's this small, we sometimes say that it's massless. Because it is so small and has such small mass, it really easily jumps out of the atom or it jumps around the levels. So we have our particles and their associated charges. Now we have to relate how they attract or repel each other. My opposite charges attract, so that's my positive and negative, and my like charges repel. So this is a proton and a proton, and then a negative and negative. We can also say that we have a object that is positively charged and positively charged, which we will see in the next slide and over the next few days. Okay, so attractive forces. So I may have these two different objects. I have a balloon and then a wooden block. Okay, when I start out, both of these are neutral. As I bring them closer together, though, my negatives attract to my positives. Okay, so at this point, we start having that attraction like I talked about. All of my negative particles are starting to come onto this balloon. So this is making my balloon negatively charged. So it's important to remember that my electrons can jump from object to object. If I have excess electrons, then I have a negatively charged object. So in class, we are going to be playing around with our Van de Graaff generator. So a Van de Graaff generator emits positive charges, which are protons. It emits those. Then I bring my negatively charged objects near them. So if I have a positive and negative, these two are going to attract. So make sure you complete your Google form and then bring any questions to class.